Hey guys, welcome to day 58.
Indeed, 58. Woo! And I'm sorry about my penmanship. It's really terrible.
So this is a story of our relationship. We thought it'd be neat. So that right there is me.
And unfortunately, that's me.
What do you mean, unfortunately?
I draw like, oh, it's terrible. Anyways,
We're in love.
we are.
So much in love, he put a ring on my finger.
I did. Yeah, see? As you can tell, that's me.
Yep, and me. We'll get to that though.
So this is me. This is clearly Ontario, and not a fish. See? Ontario. And I am from Toronto. I have a family, obviously. Dad, mom, 2 older sisters, and then there's little old me. See? Me. Yeah, all my sisters. So, when I was a little kid, I really liked music. And for some reason, I decided that I was going to go to a musical school, where, of course, they gave me the loveliest maroon and blue panted uniform. And I stuck with that school. And then they gave me a blue shirt. And this time they gave me gray pants. We didn't have gray. So, oh, and don't forget, I still wore a tie. And then, when I finally hit university, I was like, yes, I don't have to wear a uniform ever again. This is going to be so amazing and great. Yay! See? No uniform. But then I decided that I needed money, so I had to work in a place where they had uniforms again. So when I grew up, I figured, wow, I needed money because I had a lot of bills to pay. And I also got a massive student debt. Thanks, government. Thankfully, I had a job. And at this job, they usually threw little parties and get-togethers and whatnot. I guess it was to improve morale, but you know. So, of course, they had one for Christmas. And, of course, they held it at Mandarin. There's only so much buffet that one person can eat, but apparently they love this place. So, one of my friends asked me, hey, do you want to go to an after party? And I said, well, sure. And at this after party, well, it wasn't really an after party, it was more just a gathering at someone's house. And it turned out to be one of those residence houses that, like, a bunch of girls lived at. So I was like, okay, well, this should be fun. One in particular was hiding in a room. She claimed that she was studying, but we all know she was watching a movie.
That girl just happened to be me. I was in that room. So that's me. And growing up, I grew up with my family in Kitchener, which is kind of close to Toronto, but, like, not. So I grew up with my dad, my mom, my brother. We had a cat and a dog. I don't know what that is. It's supposed to be a dog, but whatever. I didn't go to school for art. I did, however, go to school for a lot of other things. I did plays. I helped out with my church a lot. I really, really loved playing sports, especially volleyball. I love music. I was in school choirs. I was an A+ student, and I really loved the Backstreet Boys. Still do. So as time went on, our family didn't have a lot of money. I went to university, but I had to take out OSAP loans. Moved to Toronto, a lot of money, but I was like, I'm going to get my education no matter what. Things were really great at first. I loved it. I loved my roommates, and then life took its toll on me. I started feeling homesick. I found out my mom had some health problems. I had no money whatsoever. Had a really bad breakup. And I just started feeling lonely and bad. And I picked up the phone, made a call, and got some help I needed to get myself back on track. So in my fourth year, I moved into a house with a bunch of really awesome girls. So this one night, I remember I was sitting in my room doing some studying. It was Christmas time, and I was listening to music and watching an online lecture for one of my courses. and this guy barges in and says, I'm watching movies, but I wasn't. But this guy, he was kind of dorky, but you know what? He was actually kind of cute. I had blonde hair, and it was a really bad phase in my life, okay? Don't judge me.
I'm not judging you, but you really had a terrible table in your living room.
Don't make fun of Slave Table. So anyway, I thought this guy is kind of cute.
And honestly, it was after the party, and I was just so tired. I just wanted to go home.
So after that first meeting, time went on, and come February of 2009, we actually got to meet up again.
Yeah, because Staples yet again threw another party, and this time it was a bowling party for some reason. I've never known that we did that, but
Apparently that was the thing.
that was the thing, I guess.
Yeah. So I saw him there again, and I thought, yep, still cute, still kind of like this guy.
And I was going through some weird stuff at the time, and so I was drinking a little bit.
By little, he means a lot.
Don't judge.
Not judging.
Anyways, I invited one of my friends to come over and watch Batman. No, not the 80s Batman, but the original 60s Batman movie. She asked if she could bring a friend over, and that friend just happened to be Cheryl.
That's me. Shark repellent. That was the best part of that whole night.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, that's the best part of the entire movie.
Yes. So a couple weeks later, she set up a dinner where both of us were going to be there. We didn't know it. It's kind of awkward.
A little bit, but that was okay. There was bacon in one of the places we went to, and then I flinged it onto the floor and said, "Hey, floor bacon!"
I was really confused at first.
And then I pointed to it.
You did, and I thought that was so cute and adorable.
I just thought it was bacon on the floor.
Well, that's because you're a boy. So eventually we kind of started talking over Twitter, and I invited him over.
Yes, you did. And you were actually very surprised that I had enough skill to play Twister and hold on to my beverage.
Without spilling, actually. And to entice him to come over in the first place, I made him a cake, a chocolate cake, to be exact.
Full of choco goodness.
It was delicious. So we kind of started talking a little bit more, getting to know each other.
Yeah.
And that night, I was like, this guy, I like this guy. He is super cute.
And all I could think was, for some reason, this amazing girl really, really likes me. And I have no idea why.
I had many reasons, but he didn't know them yet. So later that night, I said, hey, you're pretty cool. You want to watch some Star Trek?
And I was like, just try and stop me.
So this little movie night turned into many, many future movie dates, and we knew we liked each other.
And as time passed, that liking grew into loving at that point. See? Like that.
We just changed the vowels.
We did.
And the consonant. But sadness came into our lives, and I had to move back to Kitchener to live with my family because I had no money and school was over.
So I was like, we're going to keep in touch, right? You're going to, like, Skype or something?
Yeah, Skype. But, I mean, it wasn't the same. Luckily, though, a couple months later, I ended up getting a job that paid me pretty well, and I was able to move back to Toronto.
And I was like, yes.
He was excited, but I didn't have anywhere to stay.
So I figured, well, I live on my own. Do you want to move in with me?
Absolutely. And that is what I did.
And then eventually we kind of outgrew that place, and we needed to find something much bigger.
Much bigger. And above ground.
Yes.
And we ended up moving into an apartment together. A lot of things happened. Obviously, money was tight.
Health issues happened as well.
Lots of health issues.
The odd fight here and there.
Well, one or two.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple more. That's okay.
It's all right. Because every year we'd find enough time to go on vacations and such. And one year, specifically in July of 2012, I wanted to surprise Cheryl.
We were at Sauble Beach with my family on a vacation. And we had just gotten out of the water. We'd been kayaking. And all of a sudden I turn around and there's Chuck.
And I'm on my knees and I'm like, hey, marry me?
And I asked really, started bawling like a baby, and finally said yeah.
So fast forward to today. And yeah, we still don't have a lot of money and we still have health issues and still get into fights. But
306 days and we are going to be married.
woo!
So exciting.
Very exciting.
And we love each other and he's my best friend and that's pretty much our relationship story. I still think he's cute.
Yeah, and I'm still amazed that she likes me and loves me, and I think I love you even more now.
I love you more now too.
Okay, you really have to one-up me?
I do. I love you the mostest.
Okay, I guess so. Guess I'm gonna have to get used to that.
Yep.